Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Valsa Williams with the midday news. The headlines. Indian armed forces thwart all attempts by Pakistan targeting northern and western cities. Air defence units successfully intercept and block all missiles and drones from Pakistan. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh reviews operational preparedness with 3 service chiefs. 7 terrorists killed as BSF foils infiltration bid at Samba sector of Jammu and Kashmir. Government asks all media channels, digital platforms to refrain from live coverage of defence operations and movement of security forces. Railways run special trains from Jammu and Udhampur for New Delhi. And Pakistan incurs huge losses after escalation, calls international partners for more loans. The Indian Armed Forces thwarted all attempts by Pakistan to target northern and western cities using drones and missiles last night. According to the headquarters Integrated Defence Staff, Pakistan also attempted to target military stations in Jammu, Pathankot and Udhampur and locations near the international border. However, the Indian Armed Forces successfully neutralised the attack. No loss of life has been reported. 8 missiles from Pakistan were directed at Satwari, Samba, Arispura and Arnia of Jammu and Kashmir. These missiles were intercepted and blocked by air defence units. Besides, the Border Security Force also foiled a major infiltration attempt at the international boundary in Jammu and Kashmir Samba district last night, killing at least 7 terrorists. According to the BSF, an infiltration attempt by a big group of terrorists was detected by a surveillance grid. This infiltration bid was supported by fire from Park Rangers Post Dhandar. Alert troops of the BSF caused extensive damage to the Park Post Dhandar. For more details, let's go live to our correspondent Bhupendra Singh. Bhupendra, what are the developments taking place after Pakistan's escalation at the international border and LOC?
Yeah, Valsa, Indian Armed Forces and BSF have successfully countered the malicious attempts of Pakistan to target Jammu, Pathankot, Udhampur and Samba in Jammu and Kashmir. Last night, the visuals of aerial attack over Jammu reminded of exactly Hamas-style aerial attack on Israel, which clearly shows that Pakistan army is operating and behaving like the terror organization Hamas. Missile and drone attacks on Indian cities were foiled by the integrated counter-unmanned aerial system US Grid, S-400 Triumph system, Barak 8 missiles, Akash surface-to-air missiles, and DRDO anti-drone technologies, which created an aerial shield around the cities. Yesterday, India destroyed a Chinese-supplied HQ-9 air defense unit to Pakistan in Lahore and damaged key radar infrastructure in Pakistan. Israeli origin Harub drones were deployed to target and destroy air defense assets in Karachi and Lahore. So Operation Sindoor has clearly sent a strong message that India is not just capable of defending its skies, but also it can successfully hit the enemy target with precision. Valsa, meanwhile, high-level meetings are being held in New Delhi to review the evolving security situation. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh chaired a high-level meeting to assess the security situation along the western border and operational preparedness of the Indian Armed Forces. The meeting was attended by the Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi, Air Chief Marshal Amanpreet Singh, and Navy Chief Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi. And Defence Secretary R.K. Singh was also present in the meeting. And Union Home Minister Amit Shah also held a meeting with Director General of Border Security Forces, CISF, and Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. Back to you, Valsa.
Thank you, Bhupendra, for bringing us all those details. Meanwhile, in a special joint briefing yesterday, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri said New Delhi's intention has not been to escalate matters and only terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan has been hit. He also stressed that the Pahalgam terror attack of the 22nd of April is the original escalation and India is only responding to it. Wing Commander Vyomika Singh reiterated India's commitment to non-escalation on the only condition that Pakistan respects it.
Pakistan has increased the intensity of its unprovoked firing across the line of control using mortar and heavy calibre artilleries in areas in Kupwara, Baramulla, Uri, Poonch, Mendhar and Rajouri sectors in Jammu and Kashmir. 16 innocent lives have been lost, including 3 women and 5 children, due to the Pakistani firing. Here too, India was compelled to respond to bring mortar and artillery fire from Pakistan to a halt. Indian Armed Forces reiterate their commitment to non-escalation, provided it is respected by the Pakistan military.
The central government has empowered Chief of the Army Staff to call out every officer and personnel of the Territorial Army to provide for essential guard or for supporting and supplementing the regular army. The powers were given to Army Chief under Territorial Army Rule 1948. In a Gazette notification, the Ministry of Defence embodied 14 infantry battalions out of the existing 32 infantry battalions of Territorial Army in the areas of Southern Command, Eastern Command, Western Command, Central Command, Northern Command, Southwestern Command, Andaman and Nicobar Command and Army Training Command. This order will remain in force for 3 years till the 9th of February 2028. The government is leaving no stone unturned to ensure foolproof functioning of essential systems and services in the country. Steps are being taken by various ministries and departments for national preparedness and interministerial coordination in the light of recent developments concerning national security. More from our correspondent.
Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda today held a review meeting with senior officers of his ministry on health infrastructure and preparedness. A similar kind of meeting is going to be chaired by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to review the cyber security preparedness of banks and financial institutions this evening. Public sector banks have informed that ATM cash deposit machines and withdrawal machines and all digital services are fully operational and are available for public use. The banks have asked customers not to rely on unverified information. On the other hand, Indian Oil Corporation has assured that there are ample fuel stock across the country and its supply lines are operating smoothly. It has also urged people to avoid panic buying and unnecessary rush to ensure uninterrupted fuel access for all. Meanwhile, the Directorate of Civil Defence will be testing air raid sirens installed at ITO in the national capital this afternoon. It will be carried out for a period of 15 to 20 minutes and the general public has been advised to stay calm and not to panic during this exercise. With Anand Kumar, Divakar, Akashvani News, Delhi.
After India's retaliatory strikes, a seemingly nervous Pakistan has resorted to spreading fake news and misinformation in digital space. It is fabricating stories of miraculous military victories, which reflect Islamabad's deliberate attempt to mislead the media, distort the global narrative, and manipulate public perception. Here is a report from our correspondent on how Pakistan is peddling propaganda on social media platforms.
Despite facing repeated setbacks and international embarrassment, Pakistan refuses to abandon its malicious agenda and now it has taken the route of digital space to mislead the world and spread fake news. Through fake videos and photographs, Islamabad using deceitful tactics in a futile attempt to malign India. A fake video is being circulated by desperate Pakistan, claiming that its army destroyed an Indian post at LOC of 20 Raj Battalion, which does not even exist. Another laughable claim being made by Islamabad that it made explosions at Jammu Air Force Base by sharing an old picture of explosion at Kabul airport in 2021. One more example of Pakistan's nefarious design in digital space related to its claim on attack to Gujarat's Hazira port. This old video is also of an oil tanker explosion. These repeated attempts at deception not only failed to mislead but further expose the desperation and lack of credibility in Pakistan's propaganda efforts. Saklain Akhtar for Akashvani News, Delhi.
We would like to inform our listeners, as Pakistan has been resorting to spreading propaganda on social media, it is crucial to scrutinize every piece of information carefully at this critical time. If you encounter dubious content, especially concerning the Indian Armed Forces or any information related to ongoing situation, you must report it to PIB Fact Check. You can also share such content on WhatsApp number 8799711259 and email ID socialmedia@pib.gov.in. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts, and for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download news on AIR app. Welcome back. You're listening to the Midday News. The government has asked all media channels, digital platforms and individuals to refrain from live coverage or real-time reporting of defence operations and movement of security forces. In a social media post, the Defence Ministry, while citing Information and Broadcasting Ministry's earlier circular, said that disclosure of such sensitive and source-based information may jeopardise operational effectiveness and endanger lives. The ministry cited some past incidents, including Kargil War, 26/11 attacks and the Kandahar hijacking, underscoring the risks of premature reporting. In Punjab, in view of the prevailing situation, the state government has convened a cabinet meeting to review hospital and fire station readiness, state ration stocks and other emergency services today. It has also been decided to deploy some ministers to the 6 border districts to deal with any upcoming situation. Meanwhile, to prepare for emergency response system, leaves of all the IAS, BCS, administrative officers have been cancelled and they have been instructed not to leave their stations. A control room has been set up for the general public in Chandigarh. The helpline numbers are 0172 274 1803 and 0172 274 9901. In the wake of the prevailing situation, Indian Railways has planned to run special trains from Jammu and Udhampur towards New Delhi. The train 04612, having 12 unreserved and 12 reserved coaches, is being run from Jammu. Another 20-coach Vande Bharat is running from Udhampur via Jammu and Pathankot. One more fully reserved special train has been planned from Jammu at 7 p.m. The government of Pakistan has appealed to international partners for more loans after heavy losses. Economic Affairs Division, Government of Pakistan, in a social media post said that amid escalating war and stocks crash, it has urged international partners to help de-escalate. India's approach has earned its strong backing from the international community to counter terrorism after it launched Operation Sindoor. Countries including the USA, UK, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar and UAE have supported India's position. The European Union and all 27 member states issued a unified and strong statement. US President Donald Trump expressed solidarity with India, affirming its sovereign right to combat terrorism, while also urging restraint and a diplomatic path forward. UK Foreign Minister David Lammy said India had every reason to be outraged, and former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak asserted that no country should tolerate cross-border terror. Russia, while calling for restraint from both sides, made it clear that it condemns all forms of terrorism and is deeply concerned about the military escalation. Israel also stood firmly with India. Its ambassador remarked that terrorists have no sanctuary and supported India's right to defend itself. Russian President Vladimir Putin is leading Russia's Victory Day commemorations with a parade in Red Square and ramped up security commemorating the 80th anniversary of the Soviet triumph over Nazi Germany. Chinese President Xi Jinping is among more than 20 international leaders who have made the journey to Moscow. It marks the 4th such parade since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The benchmark domestic equity indices Sensex and Nifty were trading over 1.1% down in afternoon trade today amid escalating geopolitical tensions between India and Pakistan. The 30-share BSE Sensex shed 945 points to 79,390 and the NSE Nifty 50 dropped 292 points to 23,982 when reports last came in. The broader market at the Bombay Stock Exchange was also reeling under pressure. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Indian armed forces thwart all attempts by Pakistan targeting northern and western cities. Air defence units successfully intercept and block all missiles and drones from Pakistan. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh reviews operational preparedness with 3 service chiefs. 7 terrorists killed as BSF foils infiltration bid at Samba sector of Jammu and Kashmir. Government asks all media channels, digital platforms to refrain from live coverage of defence operations and movement of security forces. Railways run special trains from Jammu and Udhampur for New Delhi, and Pakistan incurs huge losses after escalation, calls international partners for more loans. And with that we end the midday news.